Hi guys, it's Miss Susie in my apartment. Um, I have some notes for us for this week. If you can see, I brought home all my colored pens, so notes will be pretty similar. Um, so I just thought we could dive right in. I want to say that these notes will be in the Google Classroom as well. I will scan the notes and upload the document. If you want to copy the notes down, please do. If you want to just follow along, please do. So we are going to start with competency 11, and we're going to do two benchmarks today. Benchmark 1, which is solve a linear inequality for y, and then benchmark 2, which is then to graph that linear equality. Now we've done quality. We've done all of this before. So I want to write that down to give you guys some assurance. We have done this. We've done inequalities, that's greater than, less than, and we've graphed lines. We are just taking two things and putting them together. All right. So let's review and remember inequalities. Remember. Oh my goodness, guys. Been out of school a few days and I already can't spell. Remember. All right. So an inequality. Can you guys say it at home? Inequality. Great. Are these things less than, greater than? So remember, less than, I have the small on the small side and then the big number on the open side. And we say this is less than. And then it's the opposite. Greater than, I have the big and then the small. And this is greater than. And if you remember, when we did these earlier on a number line, we used an open circle for less than or greater than. And today when we graph, we're going to use this thing and we're going to call it a dashed line. Okay. And then the other is the same, right? We have less than or equal to, and then we have greater than or equal to. And again, we used a solid circle, a filled in circle. And today when we graph, we're going to use a solid line. Okay. Hopefully we kind of remember this. So let's dive into today's work. Like I said, most of this is stuff we have learned before. So I want you to take a deep breath and you can do this. I'm gonna move it up. Our goal is to always solve for y. And we know that. We always want to solve for y, because in order for us to graph, we like when things are y equals mx plus b. So we always want to solve for y. So our first example, I am going to give you the inequality 3y plus 2x is less than 15. And we're going to treat it just like an equation. I'm going to draw my line. What's the thing I always do first? I do minus 2x. I always move my x term on both sides. It goes away. Do these two go together? No, Miss Susie, you're right, they do not. Negative 2x plus 15 is greater than 3y. All right, now I do what I always do. I divide by the coefficient. And remember that I need to divide both parts. So y is less than negative 2 over 3x plus 5. And now I'm going to graph it. Pardon me as I draw my graph. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so before I graph it, I'm going to look. This is less than. Less than is a dashed line. So I'm going to make that note. This is going to be a dashed line. All right. This is my y-intercept. This is where I begin. And then this is my slope. I'm going to go down because it's negative. And then I'm going to go right. I always go right. All right. So I'm going to begin at positive 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go down to 1, 2, over 1, 2, 3. And then you know what? I didn't bring a ruler home from school. So I'm going to use this. And I'm just going to make the line dashed. Because dashed means that it's less than or greater than. Okay. So far, almost everything is the same. So we're going to add in the last new step. The new step. We need to pick a point. Because an inequality, this means less than, which means maybe it's on this side, maybe it's on this side. But our solution is either above or below our line. This is a little weird. We're going to pick a point. My favorite point to pick is always 0, 0 because it's the easiest. And now you guys know this is x, this is y. We're going to substitute this point into our inequality. So y is less than negative 2/3 x plus 5. Let's substitute. Y is 0 is less than, I'll pull it up, negative 2/3 times 0 plus 5. Well, that's just 0. So I have 0 is less than 5. Is that true? Yes, it's true. So that means 0, 0, this point I tested, is in my solution set. So I shade the side with 0, 0. If this was false, then I would have shaded the other side. All right. Let's do another one. I'm going to move through it a little quicker because I think that we're a little bit better off now. So let me bring the paper back down. Example 2. This time I have 5x minus 3y is greater than or equal to 9. Again, my first thing, I'm going to draw my line, and I'm going to solve this for y. Minus 5x minus 5x, negative 3y is greater than or equal to negative 5x plus 9. I'm going to divide by negative 3. But pause. What happens when we divide by a negative number with inequalities? Do you remember? We switch. We switch because we divided by a negative. So now I have y and I switch. It's less than or equal to. A negative and a negative is a positive. And a positive and a negative is a negative. Now when I graph this line, this is less than or equal to, so this is going to be a solid line. This is where I begin, and I go up and then to the right. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. So this is where I begin at y equals -3. I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I go over 3. My line is solid. Am I done? No. Remember, this is an inequality, so I need to test a point. What point am I going to pick? Again, I'm going to pick this really easy point. I'm going to test 0, 0. I'm going to write my inequality. Y is less than or equal to 5 over 3x minus 3. So this is 0 is less than or equal to 5 over 3 times 0 minus 3. Well, that goes away. Is 0 less than or equal to -3? Is it? I'm writing yes, but I think it's no. Yeah, -3 is less than 0. So this is no, which means 0, 0 is not our side. And in fact, it's the opposite. A little weird. A little weird. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you one more to try on your own. I will post the answer in the Google Classroom with the rest of these notes. And let me write that down for you before I log off. Your last one, example 3 for you to try, is y is greater than 3x minus 1. So we do not have to solve for y. I already have it in this form. So your first job is to tell me if this is dashed or solid. Start at the y-intercept and use the slope. Test a point, 0, 0. See what you can do. If you have a question, please email me. This might be confusing. You have some practice that will be assigned in the Google Classroom, but I'm available via email, so please, please, please email me. I appreciate all of you so much. I hope you're doing okay. Bye.